What is up, you guys? Today we are doing the first Decorate with Me of the season, but first we have to do a traditional brunch. So I'm super excited to take you guys shopping with us. We were looking for all of the treasures. I found some Five Nights at Freddy's treasures. There's some really cool different tchotchkes at the mall where we live, and I just absolutely love it. So I was really excited, and I had to do a stop at Sephora. I tested out a couple different products, and I did leave with quite a bit. I have only done a Sephora haul, slash run, maybe once every 6 months. So, I mean, living out in the country is kind of healthy for me, maybe. And then I stopped over at HomeSense and Winners. There was so much good stuff. And can I tell you, let me tell you something. There was so much Christmas stuff out, and I had to not even film it, not even look at it, but I did buy a couple things. I got some stuff for my mom too. I was so excited. So I did a little bit of shopping, nothing crazy at HomeSense and Winners, because I really wanted to unbox everything in my bins, which I have yet to do. Take everything out and kind of purge the stuff that I didn't really need. The goal of this video, to be honest, was to go to a bookstore and redo our guest room. And all of the books in this store, not that there's anything wrong with this, were French. So I speak French, but I did not need French books. So Andre and I went to Michael's after that and actually, for the millionth time, it feels this season, got so much good stuff. Listen, everything was on clearance. I'm ready to DIY that garden sign. These pumpkins are not necessarily to be used for pumpkins, so buckle up. Okay, here we go. So I said that we were going to do the banister, railing, whatever you want to call it. So I set up with a cozy movie. We did a fall movie. I like to start with soft fall vibes, cozy fall vibes. So we're watching Stepmom. It's a fall movie, okay? Deal with it. Anybody that says otherwise, it's not. I love it. It's such a cozy, very emotional, makes me cry every time I watch it, but I love it. So all those pool noodles that we bought in the last video, the jumbo ones and the skinny ones, I just want to tell you, this went so much better than I thought it was going to go. And it also got easier and easier as I did more. So here was the inspiration and the reason why I bought the pool noodles. Q2 Dustin from Stranger Things. I watched a Stranger Things video the other day. I'm like a huge fan of theirs. I watch all of their stories and all of their behind the scenes stuff. And Dustin, the actor, did a behind the scenes, and he showed how they actually make the vines and then they CGI the rest. And he said they're all pool noodles. And they had a whole warehouse filled with pool noodles, and that's what stemmed this idea. So the inspo for the railing and the main feature of the house is going to be Demogorgon, fall, spooky, witch garden, man-eating plants, vines. And here's where I got better and better. I figured out that if I put cellophane around everything, and the reason, this is so horrible, but the way that I came up with this is the way that they protect things during a hurricane. And in this time when I was filming this, we were going through the hurricane in Florida. Disney was showing all of the prep, and they protect things with cellophane. And I was like, this is really smart because you can tie things really tightly with cellophane. So this is what I started doing. It's very secure, it's very tight. So what came from something that was so sad and so stressful, and the past 2 weeks have been like horrible for Andre and I, and this was very therapeutic, I think that something kind of beautiful came from it, even though it was just cellophane. So I want to share that with you guys. So this is the full layout of the way that I did it. Just black garbage bags, hockey tape. You can use electrical tape, just hockey tape is like a cloth fabric, and just wrap it around. And I got faster and faster at doing it. And then I built the little tips out by cutting we were in a thunderstorm, by the way, and it was such a vibe. I cut the little tips out of each pool noodle, and it kind of made the extension of the vines. We also watched Agatha all along, which I'm split on. A lot of you were asking me, what do I think about it? I don't know. Is it wrong that I don't know? I don't know. But you know what I do love? Hotel Transylvania so much. I love all three. We can't talk about the fourth one because it doesn't count because Adam Sandler wasn't in it. But I love the first three. So we watched that, mashed out the remainder of my pool noodles, and then I got to work. So we already have like a vine tree branch kind of situation with our railing. And I figured this could be perfect, and I could kind of bend them through the railing without having to tape anything down or damage it. So here was the part where I was kind of freaking out because this was the moment of truth if this was actually going to work out. So I kind of just laid a couple out in the stairs to see if it would make sense and just space them out. And I also plowed a sandwich because half the time whenever I'm filming these, I barely eat, so this is real life. Love myself a sandwich. So I kind of just weaved the vines in and out through the railing. Can I tell you, it looked 1,000 times better than I thought that it could ever look. And it's really giving the Stranger Things vibes. And here's what I'm really excited about is as the years go on, I can keep making vines and keep adding on to this. So I'm really excited. It took me so long just to make, I think I had like 24, 25 different pool noodles. So it took a long time to do all these, but worth it. So super good. Just kind of MacGyvered them through the railing, which they fit perfectly. And then anywhere that it needed to be tied down, I just did some floral wire. Carl was a part of it. Very curious as to what the heck I was doing. Gave him a little bit of cheese. He sits with me the whole time. Even if he's not on camera, he's watching at a distance. So if there's a video that Carl doesn't take over, just please know that he's just watching like a serial killer. Oh, do you want to know what Carl's gonna be for Halloween? I can't tell you, but do you have guesses? Because his costume came in today and it's so good. So I kept weaving the vines in and out. I wanted some to protrude from the inside of the steps because at the end of the day, it is for us also. So they got to protrude inwards, not just for show. This is for our experience for the Halloween season. And then we have a banister across the top too. So those had to go in and out and weave in and out. I can't believe I had enough because when I first started doing this, I thought, I don't know if we're going to have enough vines. Do I really have to wrap more of them? Because I really didn't want to. I'll be honest, it took me a while to do all of this, but this is probably filmed over maybe the span of a week, especially with just the difficulty, like I said, over the past week. It was a lot, but this was very therapeutic, and I feel like hanging out with you guys and chatting with you guys makes everything just so much better, so thank you. Anyways, without getting sentimental, this went really well. This last piece around that big beam or the big column was really difficult, so the bigger, honestly, I wish I would have just done all smaller pool noodles. So note to you, if you do this, don't get the big ones. The smaller pool noodles, I think had more impact. But that being said, I think the difference in jumbo to skinny pool noodles maybe made it that much more exciting. Carl had to make it about himself. What do you want me to say? So I wanted some of the pool noodles to kind of like hang off the edge as though really like there was like vines and trees kind of growing out of it. So excited. You're not even ready. You're not even ready. And I think that the garbage bags worked super well because I did not want to spray paint these because that would have taken forever and it would have cracked. So the black garbage bags, and I used probably one garbage bag per, or maybe half a garbage bag per. I would say 1 to half a garbage bag per. So this was a very inexpensive thing, especially doing the pool noodles being on clearance, black tape, and then black garbage bags. Super simple, super inexpensive, easy DIY. And then any areas where there almost felt like a bud or like a blunt end that just kind of seemed awkward, I started doing these little curly cues. I love a good curly cue. I want to do this on more spots on the banister. I just did it on a couple, but any of the spots that I cut out to make the slit, that's where I did it. These are from the dollar store. That helped me secure parts of the jumbo pool noodles to the banister. Then I got this pack of vines. I actually ordered 2 different ones from Amazon. It's a bit not great whenever you open it, but once it's all taken apart and mixed in with everything else, superb. And then I just weaved this vine in and out. Do your dogs do this? This dog, I swear, I can't. He keeps me entertained. So I weaved the little ivy through everything. I don't even, what are we inspired by with this banister? Poison ivy, Stranger Things, Demogorgons, Little Shop of Horrors. I'll just keep going. There's so much. So I think the whole theme is very much going to be black on black with a touch of green with some lights. So hold tight because you got to light it up. So I put the vines through. I ordered a second pack because there was just not enough. You always need more. But it was honestly, I think it was like less than $20 for all those vines. So just a little bit more. And then I had these from the dollar store. This was my intention. These black floral vines with the eyeballs. Put that through. And the trick really was to kind of weave it in and out as much as possible and keep it in line with the pool noodles. Organized chaos is always the goal. Andre with the dancing always. Half the time I don't even see these, just so you know. Until it's edited, I don't even see it. He's a menace. So this is what the final product looked like, and even up close it looks really, really cool. So these are all of the lights. So I ordered a pack of purple and orange. I ordered a pack of green. Obviously we went with green. The purple and orange are going to be for another project. But the green lights, which are all fairy lights, so I hung them and stringed them all the way down, and then I'm going to need another string. So I promised you that this would be a continued project all throughout the season. How good does that look? It looks so good. I love it so much. I'll be honest, I did not think it was going to turn out this well. I did not think I would make this much progress in one video. And I'm floored. Like, I love it. It's chaotic. I need to paint this black somehow without ruining it. But I bought that on clearance at Michael's and I thought it was so good. I also have these vines. I have an idea for a project for right where this garden sign is. So that says like Poisonous Garden, which I thought was perfect. So I have these hanging vine things. Right where that sits, I feel like we need to do maybe an Audrey too, is what I'm kind of thinking. I also had these from Michael's. I got them this year and then I had some from last year also, so I just kind of weaved them in and out. They're on a wire. They have like a black finish on top of the green, so they're giving that like death garden type of vibe, which is really what I'm going for. And then I added more curly cues. So any of those little triangle pieces that I lost from cutting in the like little triangular shape, you can kind of see it, I kept those pieces from the pool noodles, wrapped it in cellophane, grabbed a little square of black garbage bag, and then I wrapped that with the tape. But here's what I did with these. I added some floral wire that I got at the dollar store, which honestly, the floral wire at the dollar store is better than Michael's floral wire. So good. And I made it really long. And then I made a little curly cue, kind of like on a pumpkin or just a plant. I love a curly cue. It's chaotic. It's giving Tim Burton. I love it. So right at the base of the staircase here is what I'm thinking for this venomous plant thing. It smells so bad. So this is the beginning of my venomous plant. I thought of this because my brother had many different animals growing up. So my brother had bearded dragons, he had iguanas. This is an iguana vine. It smelled terrible because it's real moss, but it looks real because it is real. So I figured that would be great and to create the curly cue vibe. So that's at the base of the stairs. I added the rest of the vines. You saw me buy this sucker, but this is why I bought the pumpkins. So I went onto Pinterest and I saw somebody cut through these and I thought, I can do this. So I figured out these things are made of foam. They're not that hard to cut. So right around the knobby of the top, I cut like a mouth, I guess you'd say. Just use a steak knife. Kids, don't do this at home. Parental supervision, please. Angie is not the example. I was being careful-ish. I realize I make all of you nervous. I make myself nervous. Even watching this, I'm like, what are you doing? I had a good grip on it, don't worry. So I cut a mouth open. I kind of outlined it first with some marker. Look at that. Dead. Nailed it. So then we had to spray paint. So I went outside, I brought my gardening gloves, I covered the ground even though we live in the forest, so it doesn't really matter. I did black spray paint first, then I did some green all around. I would not recommend spray painting this or painting, I should say painting this by hand. This is the inspo. Just quick pause for the inspo. This is the inspo. Do you see what I'm seeing? Like, this is it. So get yourself some spray paint, do it properly. Get yourself some Demogorgons, some Stranger Things candles. So I had the Demogorgon candle as well as Eddie's leather jacket, and it needed to have like a little nod right near everything. And then I also had the little Shop of Horrors plant that I created years prior, which I love. So you're gonna see that in a couple seconds. I just got a special delivery in a prior video. I ordered the Spooky Things blanket. So the Fright Night blanket has the popcorn on it. No joke. Dogs love this blanket. I don't know what it is. So there's so many different dog owners that have messaged us saying, my pets love this blanket. Carl loves it. I don't know if he knows because his mom made it, but here we are. So I started emptying some of the bins, just getting things out and putting them on the coffee table and kind of making a mess. It was martini o'clock. Deal with it. It is what it is. We're going to do martini o'clock almost every single video. So it's going to be great. We're going to do cocktails, margarita o'clock, all of the partying in future videos. So buckle up. So I think we counted 21 bins, which is a bit out of hand and a bit crazy, but I had to start emptying them. as we were doing the banister because there was key ingredients that I was looking for. Said Audrey too. Baby Audrey too. It's Jerry! Jerry's here. Full price Jerry. Carl's not impressed. So I took out some pillows, some different pieces that I got at Michael's, and for everything that I brought in, we had to push a couple things out also. So we got rid of some blankets because we brought in some new blankets this season and some new pillows and everything. So tried to clear things out. There he is. She. There's Audrey. So I made her in, I think it took me 2 different seasons to make her. So I finished up Audrey. He's a piece of work. Finished up Audrey last season, and she started the season prior, and I made her completely by hand, like papier-mâché style. And then I was embarrassed to tell you how many different plants, man-eating plants I found, including this one, in my bins. I didn't realize I had this many. Clearly there's a slight obsession with man-eating plants. I'd love to know where this came from. It's a bit weird. I have vines. I have teeth. I have... who hurt me? Where did this come from? Maybe it's a fascination with poison ivy. I really would love to know. Maybe I'll figure it out. Is there like a childhood movie where there's this happening? I don't understand where this comes from. That hook was there before we bought the house, and I thought it was perfect. So that's a skull with some vines in it that I got at Michael's in our last haul video where I did the massive, just all the Halloween decor haul. So I got that. We slowly emptied. I think I did like 3 or 4 bins emptied throughout this entire video, which was great. This is what everything looks like so far. And then I just want to leave you with this. I got these pumpkin teeth. The pumpkin teeth went right into the foam. Spray painted Audrey, put all the teeth in. You're going to see the finished product in a little bit, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is going to be an endeavor. We're on this journey together. This was such a fun video to film and to create and to problem solve, and I truly hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, dudes!